Eva Braun, a glimpse into the life of Hitler's enigmatic wife. In the tumultuous history of the 20th century, no figure is more reviled and infamous than Adolf Hitler, the dictator who plunged the world into the horrors of World War II. However, behind every man there is a hidden half, a shadow that often goes unseen. For Hitler, that shadow was Eva Braun, his longtime companion and eventually his wife. The life of Eva Braun is shrouded in enigma and misconception, as she led a life so intertwined with one of history's most monstrous figures. In our quest to understand the woman behind the dictator, we are confronted with a complex and paradoxical figure, whose enigmatic presence beside Hitler has intrigued historians and the public for decades. Eva Anna Paula Braun, born on February 6, 1912, in Munich, Germany, was the middle child of a middle-class family. Growing up in the aftermath of World War I, Eva experienced the hardships that befell her country. She attended a convent school and later worked as an assistant to Heinrich Hoffmann, a photographer, through whom she was introduced to Adolf Hitler. Eva's relationship with Hitler began in the early 1930s and remained largely hidden from the public eye. She was the embodiment of the Nazi ideal for women: beautiful, loyal, and above all, discreet. Despite being a regular presence at Hitler's side, she managed to stay out of the public eye, shielding her private life from the prying eyes of the world. In the eyes of the public, she was invisible, but her influence on Hitler was undeniable. As Hitler's mistress, Eva was privy to the inner sanctum of power, although she remained strictly excluded from political affairs. In her intimate circle, surrounded by loyal confidants, she was known for her love of photography, fashion, and the movies. Her personal writings and diaries, discovered after the war, offered a glimpse into her inner world, revealing a woman deeply in love with the man who would become one of history's greatest villains. Within the sanctuary of the Berghof, Hitler's mountain retreat, Eva lived a life of relative comfort, shielded from the horrors of the war that raged beyond the mountain peaks. The true nature of Eva Braun's relationship with Hitler has been the subject of much speculation. Some historians have suggested that she was a mere puppet, completely under Hitler's control, while others view her as a shrewd operator, manipulating Hitler for her own gain. The reality is perhaps far more nuanced. Eva's loyalty and love for Hitler were unwavering, and she willingly chose to stand by his side, unmoved by the atrocities committed in his name. Her devotion to Hitler is evident in her decision to join him in his underground bunker as Allied forces closed in on Berlin in the final days of the war. On April 29, 1945, less than 40 hours after their wedding, Eva and Adolf Hitler committed suicide in the Fuhrer bunker. Their bodies were hastily cremated in the garden of the Reich Chancellery, shrouding their deaths in mystery and leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions. While Eva's presence in Hitler's life was largely hidden from public view, her final act ensured her place in history as the wife of the most reviled figure of the 20th century. Eva Braun's life and relationship with Hitler remains a source of fascination and repulsion. Her choices, motivations, and ultimately her tragic end continue to be the subject of debate and analysis. As we unravel the complexities of Eva Braun's enigmatic existence, we are forced to confront uncomfortable truths about love, loyalty, and complicity in the face of evil. In this exploration, we come face to face with the paradox of a woman who loved and stood by a man responsible for unfathomable suffering and devastation. Eva Braun's legacy is not just that of Hitler's wife, but a complex and deeply human story entangled in the annals of history.